The fans are on their feet. The whistle by the official. This game is underway. It's a short squib kick. Bounces up around the 30-yard line and taken up by one of the upbacks there. It looked like number 86, Danny Howell. Let's check and see the numbers. Well, anyway, the Clinton Redskins will have the football 1st and 10. And they will have a fairly good field position at about the 37-yard line.
Darrell Van Brandt laying the hit on in that time as they made a pretty good coverage that time. And again, they don't take advantage of the wind. Johnston settles for scribbing the ball to the Redskins and making one of the upmen handle the football. So we've seen them do a lot of times this season.
All right, the Redskins come out. Clint Feldkamp is at quarterback. And we have a long count. And the handoff straight up the middle it goes. It looked like Jake Arnold, the ball carrier, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Check that. Roberts, the ball carrier, number 26. Roberts is 26, Arnold is 16. And so we'll give him a yard pickup on the play and call it 2nd down and 9 yards to go. So the Morenci defense hanging in there tough on the first play of the ball game. Feldkamp again. Roberts in motion, and the handoff goes to the fullback Goodman, and Goodman gets some pretty good yardage and gets it up close to a 1st down. Edison there to make the stop, and it's going to be 3rd down and 2 yards to go for the 1st down. The ball is resting at about the 45-yard line of Clinton. David Housewright comes out wide to the right. Feldkamp has 2 setbacks. Now Roberts comes in motion. Back to pass goes Feldkamp. He's going to run with the football. He's got the 1st down. Gets it over the 50-yard line and inside Morenci territory at about the 47. So nice running play there by the quarterback, Clint Feldkamp.
I was going to say, good decision. He came out on kind of a naked bootleg. He faked it to the left side, came running around to the right side. Looked like he wanted to pass it first, but nobody stayed home on the left side of the Morenci defense, and he had 1st down and about 4 or 5 yards more.
They're going to mark it at about the 47-yard line of Morenci, and Feldkamp quickly brings it off the line of scrimmage. Wishbone offense this time, and the handoff goes to fullback Goodman. He's got some running room. He's not inside the 40-yard line of Morenci. That time, a quick opener, got some sizable yardage and another 1st down, very close to a 1st down, short of the 1st down, maybe 9 yards on the pickup by Goodman.
Goodman off to a quick start, 2 carries now for 16 yards as they're just running it up the gut of that Morenci defense. The defense that just shut down Manchester last week allowed them grand total of about 30 yards rushing.
Ball's at the 38-yard line of Morenci as Feldkamp again with 2 setbacks in there. Feldkamp on the handoff to the fullback up the middle. That's Goodman. Goodman down inside the 35-yard line of Morenci. So Wood kind of blowing off the line there pretty good. And Morenci needs to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, it was number 34 coming up there for Morenci, Chuck Price from his cornerback position to make the tackle, but too much too late there. He just didn't have a quick enough reaction to it. Morenci defense really going to have to shore things up in the middle.
David Housewright comes out wide to the right. Feldkamp on the handoff again up the middle. It goes to Goodman, and Goodman is stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. And we'll give no gain on that particular play. That'll make it 2nd down and about 9.5 yards to go for the 1st down.
Similar play to what we've seen Clinton run thus far, but it was real slow developing. It looked like Feldkamp had a hard time getting the ball into Goodman's hands, and it just never really got off the ground. So just a short 1-yard gain for the Redskins on that play.
All right, again, it's Housewright out wide to the right. A single setback. Feldkamp on the long count. Roberts in motion. Feldkamp back. He's going to run with the football. He comes around to the right side, but he is going to be brought down after only about a yard gain on the play as he gets it very, very close to the 30-yard line. They're going to mark it about the 32-yard line, so he's going to be way short of the 1st down. And it'll be 6 yards to go, a long 6 yards to go for the 1st down.
Well, coming up from the free safety that time, Sean Edison to help things out in the middle for Morenci, and he's kind of one of the unsung heroes on defense. You hear a lot about some of the other guys, especially at the ends positions, Chris McCown like that, but Edison does a good job in that free safety position.
All right, Feldkamp again brings him out. Roberts comes in motion. Back to pass he goes, fires one, and it is incomplete. The ball was intended for Jake Arnold just over the middle. Looked like it was just a quick look-in pass, but Jake had the football but couldn't hold on to it, and it's incomplete.
That's going to bring up 4th down, but the Redskins inside the Morenci 35-yard line, so doubtful that they will punt, but we don't know exactly what Coach Scott McNitt has in mind. Evidently, they will punt. So kind of surprised that they would do this early in the game, but evidently he wants to bury Morenci deep in their own territory.
All right, Clinton will kick, and here is the kick, and it's a short one, a pooch kick, and it goes out of bounds at about the half-inch line. Oh my, what a kick! And the Morenci Bulldogs will find themselves back up deep in their own territory.
About 35 yards on the kick. He kept it low into the wind, which was a smart move on his part. And what happened was Rob Bentley, it looked like he might try to field it, although they always say to you, don't field that punt inside the 10-yard line if you can help it. He went to go field it, thought it was going to take a Morenci bounce. It didn't. It rolled right out of bounds at the 1-foot line for Clinton.
All right, Johnston brings him up. We've got the power I formation. And the handoff goes into the hands of number 36, and that is Chris McCowan. And McCowan just gets it out of the end zone and back to the 1-yard line. Good defense there by Clinton. 7 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of play, just underway from Clinton's Wagner Field. Capacity crowd on hand for this one this afternoon. All right, here come the Morenci Bulldogs. They have a slot right formation, 2 setbacks in the I formation. Johnston gives the ball off to Metcalf, the tailback. He gets it out to about the 5-yard line, and they pick up a little bit of breathing room there now.
Yeah, not much room down there, and you want to be very careful not to turn the ball over. Scott Metcalf protecting the ball real well for Morenci, but it brings up 3rd and about 6 yards to go. And certainly Chris Johnston hasn't been as successful as Mr. Feldkamp at passing the football this year, but he's certainly capable with a gentleman like Rob Bentley catching passes for him.
Very dangerous area to pass, and Bentley goes out wide to the right. I formation, 2 setbacks with quarterback Chris Johnston. Johnston on a long count, unbalanced line to the right. Handoff goes to Metcalf off the right side, and he's going to be short of the first down as he gets it out to about the 8-yard line, and that is it. So the Morenci Bulldogs will be forced to punt deep in their own territory, and so the Clinton Redskins will go back on offense again. Back deep, it'll be Jake Arnold to receive the punt, and also back there is number 11, David Housewright, and back deep in the end zone to kick the football away,
Daryl Van Brandt.
He fumbles the football, and he is tackled for a safety, I believe. That is it. Van Brandt mishandled the football, and so Clinton is on the scoreboard first with a safety as they tackle him in the end zone. So the Redskins draw first blood. They lead 2-0.
Yeah, Van Brandt really never got the handle on the football, and again, something that can happen when you're down that deep in your own territory, something that you're not looking forward to. Paul Matthews, what did you see while you were down there?
Well, I think we've already seen this damn field take effect today, Jeff. The center for Morenci, it seemed like he didn't get a good handle on the ball. It was a high snap. The kicker couldn't handle it, and Clinton got in there quick and got the safety. So I think you're already seeing the effects of a wet, damp field here at Wagner Field in Clinton, Michigan.
Okay, thank you very much. Paul will check back in with you in a few moments, but now it means it's a free kick for the Morenci Bulldogs as they set the ball up. Chris Johnston teeing the ball up at his own 20-yard line, and Clinton should get the ball with a relatively decent field position.
Back to receive is Jim Roberts, and also over there on the far side, David Housewright. Of course, Johnson likes to kick that squibber, and it's given some teams some real headaches, especially last week. Manchester just couldn't seem to hang on to the football on that squib kick.
I'd be very surprised to see him squib it right here. He's going to punt it.
He's going to punt the football rather than they have the choice. Rather, Roberts picks up the football at the 40-yard line. He's up to the 50, down to the 45, and he is tackled. No, he gets up again, and he is down at about the 36-yard line. Oh, my, Jim Roberts almost broke it. He was tackled about 2 or 3 times, broke loose, and got it down deep into Morenci territory at about the 36-yard line.
Well, a great place for the Redskins to start as Roberts brought that one back about 24 yards. He took it at his own 40 and just carted it up and almost broke it off for a touchdown. That would have been a quick strike for the Redskins.
Housewright comes out wide to the right, 2 setbacks in the I formation. Feldkamp, now a man in motion. Handoff goes to the tailback straight up the middle, and that is Jim Roberts. And Roberts gets it to about the 35-yard line, maybe a pickup of 1 yard. We'll call it second down and 9 yards to go. 6 minutes and 42 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Clinton leading the ball game by a score of 2-0 on a safety after a miscue on the punter. Fumbled the football in the end zone and recovered it there and was tackled. Feldkamp on the handoff again. This time it comes to Roberts. Roberts gets about 3 or 4 yards on this particular play and gets it down to about the 31 or 2 yard. They're going to mark it at the 32-yard line, so it'll be third down. Third down at about 6 yards, 5 or 6 yards to go for the first down.
Clinton just keeping things on the ground, even though Feldkamp's been a decent passer this season. I'm sure we'll see them pass only in third and long situations. We may see them do a little bit of a rollout situation right here with Feldkamp.
House right to the right side, single setback. And the fullback, no, the quarterback keeper. This time Feldkamp tries the left side, and he is going to be tackled back for a loss. Back at about the 35-yard. Let's see where they mark it. Inside the 35, they're going to mark it. But he lost a yard or two in that particular play. And the Morenci defense rose to the occasion, came up and made the play.
Scott Yatsek shot right through there that time. And Feldkamp never looked to pitch. He kept looking to maybe outrun Yatsek. And Yatsek just had the beat on him. And he just ran him right down. And we'll see if Clinton punts again here. It looks like they're going to.
Yatsek and Bentley back deep to receive this kick. And doing the punting, it'll be Lance Wrangler. Here's the snap from center. And he's going to fake it. He's going to run with it. Wrangler comes around to the right side. And he got a block. Beautiful block. And he's got the first down inside the 25-yard line. They're going to mark it. Oh, my. What a run by Wrangler on the fake punt. And Clinton has the first down. They mark it at the 22-yard line.
Just a super pickup that time as Morenci completely caught off guard. Nobody stayed home on the left side of their defense. It looks like we got a timeout on the field. Morenci's going to call a timeout.
All right, Morenci has the timeout. We have 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Let's pause for this message.
Back here at Clinton High School, Jeff Hager and Pat Hayes along here on this sunny Saturday afternoon. And we're looking at a beautiful day. The Clinton Redskins with the ball now near the Morenci 20-yard line. As a matter of fact, the Morenci 22-yard line. And right now they appear to be driving on their way to another score. They picked up a safety at the 6:23 mark of the first quarter as they tackled Morenci punter Daryl Van Brand in the end zone after he had fumbled the snap. And they have taken a 2-0 lead here in the early going. Morenci just calling a timeout to regroup their defense after a fake punt yielded a 16-yard or 12-yard pickup for Clinton and another first down as they are now driving it deep in Clinton territory, or Morenci territory.
Clint Feldkamp brings him up house right. House right comes wide to the right. Wishbone offense for the Redskins. And the handoff coming to the first man through, number 20, Kevin Williams. And Williams tried the left side and picked up maybe a couple of yards on the play. Gets it down close to the 15-yard line, 15.5-yard line. They're going to mark it. I checked at the 20-yard line. My yard marker's a little bit off here. Just outside the 20. It'll be second down and 8 yards to go. Again, David Housewright comes out wide to the right. Single setback is Goodman.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a pass here, Pat.
All right, back to pass he goes. Looking, being rushed. Fires it down here, and it is caught. And run out of bounds is number 84. That's Randy Keefe, one of the wide receivers. He gets it inside the 5-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 4 as he stepped out. Excellent reception by Randy Keefe.
Yeah, just nice rollout that time by Feldkamp as well as they take that flow one way and come back to the receivers on the right side of the field, and Keefe just kind of a down and out pattern from like a in tight end position, and he picks up 16 on the play.
All right, first down and goal to go. Power I formation again for the Redskins. Hand up goes to Roberts. He's down inside the 5, down to about the 3-yard line before he is stacked up by that Morenci defense. About the 2-yard line. Let's see where the officials will spot the football. We've got 3 minutes and 13 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Looks like they're giving him to about the 2, maybe 2.5, Pat.
Yeah, I don't know. Looks more like the 3-yard line up here, but they break out of their huddle again. Everybody's in tight this time. Power I formation as Feldkamp calls the signals. Handoff goes to the Hubble of the football, and Morenci has it. Let's see who it is. It's Rob Bentley coming up with a fumble recovery, and Morenci gets the football back.
I think that play was made that time by Steve McVeigh coming in from his defensive end position as he just kind of shot through there, and it looked like he got a hand on the ball as it was going into number 20's hands for Clinton. And again, Morenci takes advantage of the turnover deep in their own territory, though this time we'll see if they can move it down the field.
All right, Morenci with the football again as Chris Johnston quickly bring him out of it. Unbalanced line to the right, power I formation. Johnston calls the signals. Handoff straight up the middle it goes. And this time it goes into the hands, I believe, of, Metcalf. Check that, number 34. That was Chuck Price, the fullback. And Price might have picked up, 2 yards, 2.5 yards. We'll call it second down. And about long 7 rather to go.
Very important for Morenci to at least pick up a first down here and try and get their offense jump-started after that first series resulted in a safety.
Slot right formation. Johnson back to pass. Looking for Bentley. Now he's going to be sacked. Back in the end zone. And let's see, another safety.
No, I think they're marking it at the
1 yard line. Oh, my. That time, Chris Johnson really felt the heat as that Clinton defense just mashed on him. But they're going to mark his progress was at the 1 yard line. Oh, my.
Well, certainly not the thing Coach Jim Gilmore was looking for, as they had the ball deep enough in their own territory. Now they're sitting on the half-yard line. They need to get out near the 20, actually to about the 18.
Everybody's inside power I. Metcalf gets the call. He goes over the right side, gets it to about the 3 or 4 yard line. And again, Morenci will be forced to punt the football away, and they just have not had any field position here this afternoon.
Well, certainly not in the early going, and what it means is that this time Darrell Van Brandt won't even be deep in his own end zone. They'll be right on the end line. So very important for him not only to handle the football here, but make sure he knows where he's coming down and that he doesn't come down out of bounds, or it'll be another safety for Clinton.
Roberts and Housewright are deep. Here's the kick. It's a good kick. It's taken by Housewright at about the 45-yard line. Brings it back. He's down to the 30, and he is tackled right there. Gets it inside the 25-yard line. They're going to mark it about the 23. So a good run back by David Housewright.
17 yards, and Clinton's knocking on the door one more time. The one nice thing, a nice punt by Van Brandt to get it out of there, but not so hot coverage by the Bulldogs as they allowed Housewright to get way down the field.
Less than a minute to play in the first quarter. Feldkamp gives it off to his fullback. That's Goodman, and Goodman is stopped after about a yard gain, and that's about it. So Morenci having their backs up against the wall a couple of times here in the football game. They trail by a score of 2-0 as the clock runs with a half a minute to play in the first quarter.
Well, considering the fact that Clinton's played in the Morenci backyard for most of this first quarter, the fact that they're only down 2-0 bodes well for the Bulldogs.
All right, Matt Peterson to the ball game comes out wide to the right. Roberts comes in motion. And here comes Feldkamp. He's going to run with the football. He's going to be stacked up behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of the play. And that is going to run out the clock here in the first quarter. Now they call a timeout. Call a timeout to spot the football. And the officials are looking at the clock. Now they start it, but that's going to be the end of the first quarter. With our score here at Clinton's Wagner Field, Clinton 2, Morenci nothing. We'll be back after this message.
Are you an elderly person with special needs? Have you checked into Almost Home of Morenci? Almost Home is a special place. Gail, the owner, is a registered nurse. You'll get the attention as well as the freedom you need from people who sincerely care about you. If you can get around on your own or with the help of a cane or walker, Almost Home may be for you. For more information, call 458-6480 and leave a message, or mail your inquiries to Almost Home, P.O. Box 7 in Morenci. Almost Home, people who care for you and about you. 458-6480.
Let's call in Paul Matthews and see what he saw on that fumble recovery down there, that almost safety.
Well, Pat, what happened was he just lost control of the ball once again. And I think the damn field right now, when you stand on it, you can feel it give way to your shoes and just regular, typical street shoes. And I'm not even trying to get any traction down here, and you can feel it give it away. So the damn field is having an effect on the ball here in the early going. Also, Pat and Jeff, we do have two quick updates for you. A couple college games at the halftime. It is the Iowa Hawkeyes 17, the Ohio State Buckeyes 14. And also in the at halftime, it's Michigan 9-3. They're also in the lead. So back to Pat and Jeff.
All right, thank you very much, Paul. The Clinton Redskins will have the football to start the second quarter as they have it down at around the 22 or 3 yard line. And we're having a slight delay here starting the second quarter. But so far, it's been all Clinton here today, Jeff.
Well, it certainly has, and the fact that they've had an opportunity here, a couple of opportunities to score, and certainly with the ball at the Morenci 23, if they come away here empty again, Morenci's got to consider themselves pretty fortunate and hope that they can get some field position of their own and start moving the football soon. I just saw them working on Scott Metcalf's leg over there on the Morenci sideline. The trainer's working on his leg, so his hamstring injury, they're trying to keep him loose in these chilly temperatures today.
All right, Phil Camp with the football now goes back to pass. Looking, fires it down here, and it is caught. I believe it was Housewright over there, number 11. He caught it, and he's very close to the first down marker. And I believe he has got the first down.
Yeah, it looks like they're spotting it up near the about the 12.5, and that should be a first down.
And excellent play there from quarterback Clint Feldkamp to David Housewright. He's been his primary receiver all season long.
Actually, it looks like it's going to be a little bit short. They're about a half yard out.
Ball is about the 12-yard line. It'll be fourth down and about a half the length of the football to go.
Hope Feldkamp's all right, because Rob Bentley came around on a blitz from his defensive end position. Feldkamp just got that ball away.
Everybody's in tight this time. Feldkamp with 2 setbacks. And now there's a mix-up on the play, and Roberts and Feldkamp both handle the football and go forward, and I believe they've got the first down.
I think Roberts finally won out on that battle there, and he may have carted it up to the 10-yard line, but it looked like it was going to be a dual effort to get it there in the first place. It looks like he's just inside the 10.
All right, it is first down and goal to go. Ball just inside the 10-yard line. Clinton leading the ball game 2-0, but they're driving here. Excellent crowd on hand here at Wagner Field in Clinton for this regional championship football game. All right, here come the Redskins. 3 setbacks in the wishbone offense. Feldkamp hands it off to the fullback. Goodman piles off the left side. He gets it down to about the 8-yard line. In there again, and this is where the yardage gets real tough.
Yeah, it certainly does, especially when you got Chuck Price in there playing from his linebacker position. They've called his number several times already, and we expect to call it several more. He's having a great game thus far, and the Morenci defense has been on the field for quite a while.
And Morenci, quickly, I don't know if they called a timeout or what.
Thought I heard that from the press box. I'm not absolutely sure.
Timeout called by Morenci, so we're going to pause for a commercial message. We'll be right back. Remind you that the winner of this later on in the football game, that'll really take its toll. Second down, goal to go now.
Took the football over the right guard, and he got to about the 2-yard line where the safety, Sean Edison, came up, hit Roberts right at the 2, and Roberts never stopped. He just kept his legs turning and plowed right through Edison into the end zone.
Well, Clinton decides they want to call a timeout, so with 10:46, Clinton 8 and Morenci nothing.
Stoplight Plaza in Clinton congratulates the Clinton Redskins on another victory. You're the best. Clinton also offers the best convenience store in the area, Stoplight Plaza, offering all your convenience items and more. They open at 5:30 a.m. Monday through Friday for your hot coffee and donuts on your way to work. Their deli offers sandwiches and hot soup, plus an ice cream parlor and video rentals. This week, Pepsi half-liter bottles are $8 for $1.99 plus deposit. Get your LCAA Clinton Championship buttons and hats at Stoplight Plaza in Clinton. Go get them, Redskins!
Well, Roberts blasting up the middle for the score gives the Redskins an 8-0 lead now, and I don't know what the timeout was about. I don't think they're discussing whether to go for 1 or 2. Seemed to me like they just kicked the extra point and go up by 2 scores. But
well, I think they want to make the difference 10 here, and Torrey Choquette will be attempting the extra point out of Feldkamp's hold.
So we'll have the try for the conversion now. Snap is down and the kick is up. And the kick is good. So 10:41 to play in the first half. We've got a timeout on the field to score. It's Clinton 9 and Morenci nothing. We'll be back with a Redskin kickoff after this timeout.
Lenko Bill.
Job here, especially with his field position after a pass run.
Here's the kick. It bounces. Picked up now by the Bulldogs, looking for running room, getting it across the 25. Out to close to the 30-yard line. Now they're going to mark it, at the 25-yard line. On the carry, that was Scott Yatzik. So this will be Morenci's best field position of the ball game at the 25. So far, they've started drives at the 1 and at the 7.
A little confusion on the kickoff. Yatzik and Sean Edison, who's also back there. The ball landed between the two of them, and they kind of looked at each other like, who's going to get it? And finally, Yatzik did it and then brought it out to the 25.
From the eye, they give it off down to Metcalf, and he gets maybe a yard. He can't find any running room as he tried to break it to the outside.
Metcalf was hit by the defensive tackle, and then he was hit by Randy Keefe, both at the line of scrimmage, and that really slowed him down going to the outside, and Jim Roberts coming up from the corner position finally made the tackle for a 2-yard gain.
It'll be second down and 8 from the 27-yard line. As this time going out, it'll be Bentley wide to the right side. Yatzik is in the wide slot, and they give it straight ahead to the fullback. Again on the carry, Metcalf. He's only able to get it out to the 29. Gets a couple more. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Good defensive line play in there by Keith Shearhart and Willie Baker both. Right now, at this point, defensively, the Redskins are controlling the line of scrimmage, and Morenci's having a little trouble getting the football to the outside. It brings up a 3rd and 6, as you mentioned, a passing situation into the wind.
Right side. Back to pass. Johnson, now he's getting pressure. He's going to be sacked. Back at about the 22-yard line. He's going to lose 8. And that'll bring up a 4th down. And again, Morenci will be first away.
Well, Keith Shearhart is credited with the sack on that play, and Johnston has gone back now twice to throw the football, and both times he's come under tremendous pressure. He simply is not getting the time to throw the football.
It's the second sack of Johnston for a negative 17 yards. Bentley will kick it away into the wind. That's only a 22-yard punt. First and 10 at the Morenci 44-yard line. This will be the 3rd time it's
4 times, and as you mentioned, this is the 3rd time they started Morenci territory. The only time they didn't. Game where they started on their own 47.
Run ball down, he was looking for the tight end. Keefe. He had a step on his man, but he was overthrown. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, pretty good coverage on the play by Chuck Price. Was step for step with Price. Now the advantage there is that Randy is much taller than Chuck, and Feldkamp just he tried to lead. He had lofted it. There might have been a rebound battle right there, and in that situation, Randy Keefe would win.
Keefe with 5 inches. Around the 37, 38.
Tackle made by Sean Edison, the safety. Just a real quick draw down situation. Goodman, because he has such a low center of gravity, does a good job of keeping his feet on bouncing off people. This time it took two.
Still on his feet inside the line. He's down to the 28-yard line, but we've got a flag down. Holding, no, clipping again.
Coming back and making the clip, but Feldkamp showed us a lot of on that play. I wouldn't say that he looked necessarily fast, but he did make several tackles, got away from a couple of tackles. This is a big one, 15 yards, and it's going to back him up all the way to the Clinton 47.
That is the first penalty of the ball game. Clock continues to move with 7 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the first half. Our score, it's Clinton 9 and Morenci nothing. Redskins break out of it. Patterson comes wide to the right side. It's going to be Williams in the slot to the wide side. Backs are split. Williams comes in motion to the short side and back to pass. Feldkamp is getting pressure, rolls out. Now he throws. It's caught. Making the reception is Arnold.
About a 7-yard pickup. A lot of pressure on Feldkamp. Bentley. Roberts, who is only 7 yards downfield.
That's going to put Clinton in a punting situation, and Choquette kicks it away with the win. Fields it at the 15 to the 20, the 25. At the 25, putting on a big hit is Willie Baker.
The first man Bentley, and what Roberts did simply was hang on to it. And Willie Baker saw him trying to get away from Roberts.
Travels about 32, 35 yards. Their first play from scrimmage. Right on the carrying. Much running room there. He gets about 3. It'll be second down to the long 7.
Well, Morenci hasn't really been able to get anything going offensively, and they tried going outside, and the Redskin defense doing a very good job, especially the corners, of coming up and going with twin receivers to the near sideline.
Johnson with a quick one over the middle, completes it to the tight end, making the reception. That was Stover. And Morenci will pick up their first down of the ball game with 6 minutes exactly to play in the first half.
Well, first completion by Johnston. All it was about 8 yards of this football game.
Back to pass now. Johnson, he fakes. Now he's rolling out, getting some pressure. He around the 40-yard line. He'll get maybe a yard, maybe 2 on the play. Did a good job just picking up anything.
Well, the thing about Johnson, anytime he's handling the football, there's people coming at him. He has attempted to pass the football 3 times now. He's been sacked twice, and he's completed the third one. That time, as he was rolling to his left, he had to avoid 2 Clinton rushers and finally picked up about 2 yards over on the sidelines.
Slot. 40-yard line. Johnson back to pass, looking, fires over the middle, and is caught, dropped. His hands. 45-yard line.
Metcalf was coming back toward the linebackers. Mike Goodman, Jim Roberts had the corner on him, and Metcalf had to go in the air, and that really exposes the receiver. And I think he anticipated colliding with Mike Goodman, and that was enough to really take his mind off catching the football.
Bentley comes wide to the right side. 3rd down and 8. Back to pass Johnston. Pretty good protection. Now he steps up. He wants to run. He's going to be brought down short of the first down, but a flag goes down. A face mask could be the call. If that's the case, it would give the Bulldogs another first down.
Well, I think that's a pretty obvious call. Johnston's head snapped forward. Choquette was the man on the tackle, and he got wrapped up with the face mask, and that will be a big penalty against the Redskins. It absolutely gives the Morenci Bulldogs a first down and takes the football, more importantly, into Redskin territory.
That's the second penalty on Clinton for 30 yards. And now Clinton wants a timeout with 5.
Attempting to pass the football when it's not pressure from the Redskins. It's good defensive plays like that that are made by Keith.
Third down and 7. Bentley coming out wide to right. Back to pass he goes. Looking for Bentley. Bentley markers down. Bentley, he's got the football and hit it out of his hands. Got it about the 5-yard line. So incomplete. But we may have a penalty called against either...
I think it's going to be motion against Morenci. I'm not sure. It might be Bentley got a little bit of a jump of the head start.
Well, Bentley and the defender back there looked like were pushing each other around and maybe called against Bentley.
It's procedure against the Bulldogs. Somebody left a little bit too soon at the line of scrimmage.
So that will give them a 5-yard walk off the other way, but no, they're going to decline the penalty. They'll keep the down box moving. It'll be 4th down and 7 yards to go now. And Morenci, let's see if they're going to punt the football away. That is indeed what they are going to do. And Van Brandt back deep to punt for Morenci, but Clinton's going to have nothing of it. They have nobody back.
This could be a big break for the Bulldogs. That's a good bounce.
And the ball is inside the 5-yard line down to about the 3. And so Morenci backs up Clinton back at about their 3-yard line with 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half of action. Clinton leading by a score of 9-0.
Oh, super smart play that time by Coach Jim Gilmore of the Morenci Bulldogs. And I question why Clinton didn't have anybody back. I don't know why they thought they were faking it for sure, but they should always have at least one person back there because that ball bounced at about the 15-yard line. Now, with the roll, it's down to about the 3, so the Redskins are going to have to be very conservative on offense here.
Well, Scott McNick probably saw what happened to Morenci when they were back there and decided, hey, let's get everybody out of there. Feldkamp hands it off to the fullback straight up the middle. That is Mike Goodman. And he gets it out to about... they're going to make it about the 4-yard line. Roberts, the ball carrier, number 26. It'll be 2nd down and 9 yards to go, so only a yard pickup on that particular play. The clock says 3 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in the first half, and Clinton just trying to run that clock down. Housewhite goes wide to the right. Feldkamp. And Feldkamp is caught back at the 1-yard line and dropped right there.
Rob Bentley on the tackle that time.
Bentley shot the gap and came in and put the move on quarterback Feldkamp.
We've seen him do that a lot this season from his defensive end position. He's a very good player on both sides of the football. And again, now Clinton backed up there. It's 3rd and 11, almost 3rd and 12 at their own 3, so they're very limited as to what they can do. And a good move on the part of Gilmore to punt in that situation because it's likely that Morenci will get the ball back with decent field position.
Ball at the 3-yard line. Housewright goes out wide to the right.
They're going to quick
and
kick
here's the quick kick. Quick kick. And it's bad when it goes out of bounds at the 21-yard line. They're going to mark it. Hey, check that. At about the 20-yard line. Almost the 20-yard line. So Morenci will have excellent field position. They probably thought they'd kick and have the wind behind them and that ball would sail on them, but it didn't do that. as the punter just had to go up the side of his foot.
I wasn't sure if that's what they were setting up. They had Choquette back behind Feldkamp, and he just tossed it back to him. I thought they might have him in there just to try to make sure that there was no safety or fumble on that play, but not a very good kick on that part.
All right, Johnston on the pitch comes to Metcalf. He tries the right side and has run out of bounds. And he got back to about the line of scrimmage, and that was it before he was run out of bounds.
Maybe even lost a yard on that particular play, as he did not get anywhere. The Clinton defense really stringing things out, and I think Morenci's going to have to really try to establish a little bit of a passing game here and try and keep that Clinton defense honest.
Clock is stopped with 3 minutes and 1 second remaining in the first half. Clinton leading 9-0. Bentley out wide to the left. Metcalf in the slot. Back to pass goes Johnson. Rolling left. Fires a long one down here. He's got Bentley at the 15. He fumbles the football. Oh, my. He didn't have a handle of the football. He caught it, had it in his arms, juggled it around, and it finally fell to the turf. Oh, my.
Yeah, that's a tough play. It looked like he wasn't going to pick up the first down, but he certainly had a good shot at picking up 6 or 7 yards on that particular play. But again, another case of running with the football before you've caught it. Rod Bentley, we haven't seen him make that mistake too often this season, but there was a case where they could have used the pickup.
Third down and 11 yards to go. Again, Bentley out wide to the left. Back to pass again goes Johnston. Being rushed, looking, now scrambling. Now he's going to run, but now he fires it down here. And it is beaten out of the hands this time, I believe. Yatsek was down there. No, it was number 6, McCowan. McCowan was down at about the 5-yard line, and again in and out of the hands.
Well, he can't catch him for him either. That's the problem. Chris Johnston with a couple of passes right on the numbers, and his receivers coming up empty right there. And that certainly was a first down. First and goal, it would have been at about the 5-yard line. Maybe a touchdown if McCowan could have gotten free, because he was wide open at that particular point. But now Morenci faced with a 4th down here, and they'll go for it, as a field goal won't do him a whole lot of good, especially into the teeth of that wind.
4th and 11 yards to go. Bentley out wide to the left. Back to pass goes Johnston. Looking. Now he's going to fire a long one down in the end zone.
Out of the end zone.
And it is out of the end zone, and it goes incomplete. And so the Clinton Redskins have held, and they'll get the football back with 2 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the first half.
Just a well thrown ball by Chris Johnston, but he needed to be about 10 yards deeper on that play, as he had 2 men back there. They were pretty well covered too. It was going to be a tough pass no matter what, but too long. As a matter of fact, it went over into the discus area behind that west end zone. So now Clinton will take over at about the 21-yard line.
All right, Clint Feldkamp brings him up. David Housewright goes out wide to the right. And 2 setbacks there with Feldkamp. And the handoff goes to Jim Roberts. He tries the right side. He is tripped up as he goes around to the right side. There to make the stop was Randy Keefe. Or check that, number 84 for the...
Daryl Van Brandt with a good cut down. He got in the backfield and just kind of cut Roberts' legs out from under him. It looked like Roberts might be able to stand up, but he held on and picked up about 2 on the play.
Just over 2 minutes to play in the first half. Clinton leading the ball game 9-0. Again, Housewright to the right side. Single setback. Back to pass goes Feldkamp, but
may have taken too much time.
Penalty flags are down, and procedure call maybe here.
Yeah, it looks like a procedure now. Maybe they would have taken too much time at first, but it looks like there was some movement in the Clinton line.
That'll be a 5-yard walk-off. Bring it back to about the 18-yard line. They're going to mark it.
Interesting note thus far, Pat, as you might expect, but certainly when they had the ball inside the Clinton 20 or close to the Clinton 20, Morenci working in negative yardage right now. They've got a grand total of about minus 4 yards total offense.
Housewright to the right side. Feldkamp, and now we have movement, and it looks like it's going to go the other way as Morenci is going to be called for offside. And that's what it's going to be. So they'll move the ball 5 yards the other way. Call it even. A minute 41 now remaining in the first half. 9-0 is our score. All right, here comes Feldkamp. Single setback is Goodman. Arnold in motion. Back to pass. Now, Feldkamp is going to run with the football on the left side. And he is pushed out of bounds. And they're going to mark it up around the 33-yard line. No penalty on the play as the Clinton fans thought he was hit a little bit late.
Should be a first down, though, for the Redskins as Feldkamp with a nice run that time.
And let's see, they're still looking at it. They may want to measure. That's exactly what they're going to do with a minute 22 remaining in the first half. They're going to measure for the first down. And they'll come all the way from the other side of the field. I don't know if Paul Matthews is close down there to see if it's close or not. They're right down in front of us here.
Yeah, he's got it.
I thought he did.
He had a good half yard. I was kind of surprised they were measuring because I could see it from up here.
Well, a game of this magnitude, they want to make sure, I guess. All right, it'll be first down for the Redskins. They've got a minute 22 remaining. The ball is at the 33-yard line.
Difference in this game, Clinton was 6 first downs thus far, just 2 for the Morenci Bulldogs, 1 by a penalty as a matter of fact.
House right goes to the right. Single setback. Goodman in motion. Hand off to Roberts up the middle. He's got some running room. He gets it up to the 50, over the 50-yard line, down into Morenci territory, another first down. Gets it down to about the 44-yard line. They're going to mark it. And another first down for the Redskins.
That was just a super run that time by number 26, Mr. Roberts, as he got into the secondary. It bounced off a couple of people, picked up 14 on the play, and they'll get it out there near midfield now.
Offensive line is really doing a job today for Clinton. Feldkamp, back to pass. Being Rice, high screen pass, and it goes incomplete. A little bit over the head of the intended receiver, and it looked like it was intended for Randy Keefe. And so it'll go incomplete. It'll stop the clock with just 56 seconds to go in the first half.
Not exactly. I don't think Clinton wanted that pass to fall incomplete. They wanted that clock to run out of the first half, but now that it did, it still brings up a 2nd and 10 here. And they've been moving the football relatively well against this Morenci defense that shut out Manchester last week.
All right, Feldkamp comes to the line of scrimmage. Goodman in motion to the right side. Now the handoff to Roberts up the middle. That same play gained first down before, and he is very close to another first down. Gets it down close to the 35-yard line. Inside the 35-yard line, and we may have another measurement here. They're going to mark it short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down. And a half a yard to go. Under 30 seconds to play. Roberts comes out wide to the left. Let's see if they really air it out this time. Back to pass. He goes. Here's the screen pass again, and it is caught. Look like house right. Penalty flag goes down.
May have a face mask there. Came in real late.
Takes the ball for the first down, but we do have a flag on the play. It was a gain of about 2 or 3 yards in the play for the first down. Now we have another penalty flag going down. This is going to be called against Morenci. Apparently
unsportsmanlike conduct, I'm sure.
Some angry words displayed down on the field, and
Paul Matthews is right on top of that. Let's go over there and see what he has to say about that play.
Well, thank you, Jeff. What happened was there was a face mask call. It was going to be a face mask call against the Morenci Bulldogs, and the defensive player took a little, just didn't agree with the ref, let's put it that way, and he got an unsportsmanlike conduct call, which could definitely hurt Morenci. It looked like with just 15 seconds left, they may be able to hold Clinton off, but now it's going to be deeper into Morenci territory, and right now, the way the Clinton line is blowing Morenci away, unless Morenci can straighten things out, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Yeah, they're calling offsetting penalties there now. I know they called 3 penalties there. They called the 15-yarder against the Morenci Bulldogs, the unsportsmanlike conduct, and so that will be the one they will walk off. So it'll be a 15-yard walk-off.
That's going to be the one that hurts right there for whatever was said. And it looked like they were trying to hold Darrell Van Brandt back on the sideline, but back in the secondary. It looked like they were trying to keep him back from whatever he said to the official, but whatever he said, evidently he didn't like it. And now that gives the Clinton Redskins a good opportunity with just 15 seconds left here from about the 29-yard line. They could get it close enough maybe to attempt a field goal with the wind, or maybe air one out here and see if they can't get a touchdown.
12 seconds to go. House right to the right side. Back to pass. Now Roberts gets the handoff on the quick draw play, and he gets it down to about the 25. 2 seconds to go. They call a timeout. And they want one more play here before the end of the first half.
I think they're going to let Torrey Choquette try a field goal here.
He's got the wind at his back, and it is a very strong wind, and it has picked up through the course of the first half of this football game. The clouds are starting to move in, and it is becoming a little bit more chilly here as the sun has gone beneath the clouds.
One thing that sun's going to do, though, it won't affect the vision of the players as much moving in the westerly direction as it was just getting overhead in the west, and with the clouds rolling in, that's going to take that out as a factor. And an interesting play there by Coach Scott McNitt. A lot of coaches would have tried to air that ball out, especially taking advantage of the penalty, but he chose to run it up and try and set up a field goal attempt, and taking advantage of that win. Certainly 3 points on the board. The 7's nicer than 3, but that shows the kind of faith that he has in that defense that has been out here the first 24 minutes virtually shutting down the Bulldog offense that has had a number of points, as we said, averaging almost 40 points a game thus far this season.
Scott McNitt still out on the field talking with his players in this last play of the first half.
Is it possible they could be setting up a fake field goal? We saw him fake punt with Choquette back there. It's possible here we could see a fake field goal. Feldkamp's on the field, so we'll see what happens.
Scott McNitt, coach, you never know what they're gonna pull against you. Okay, Choquette will be kicking, trying the field goal.
That's what it is.
This is a fake. He's gonna try to throw a pass. He fires it down here, and it's incomplete. And that is the end of the first half of action here from Wagner Field in Clinton, with the Clinton Redskins owning a 9-0 lead over the Morenci Bulldogs as we're here at halftime. And we'll be back with our halftime show right after these messages.